Sakai voice. Sakai voice.
We like that in America because the American dream.
You also have all the supporting characters.
The best way I can put it is it's the imagination of
Curator. It's the museum.
I think I am otaku.
Sakai voice.
I'm Chris.
I'm Gemma,
I'm 36.
36, United
United
Kingdom,
Kingdom.
Nottingham.
Robin Hood. I work at a tennis centre. If you've heard of Andy Murray, famous tennis player, I've worked with him personally. I've spent time with him. I'm here just to visit Japan, Marunouchi and Osaka, so that I can go to places like Akihabara and see what the Japanese anime scene is. And I'm an indie developer in my spare time, so I design video games and I do concept art. So anything to do with Japanese animation is something that's a real passion of mine.
I work at the local university, office worker.
So much. Where do we begin?
The passion, yeah.
The food,
Yeah,
the
food.
fashion, the music scene, every part of
Yeah,
Japanese culture.
anime,
is
the culture,
just, wanted to check
the
it out.
place, yeah. Just the complete opposite to anything we could experience at home, like completely different and exciting and busy and just experiencing, living, breathing it, having some life experiences.
It was
Just for such a long time we've been wanting to be here, and like it wasn't like a sort of last minute decision. It's like we've wanted to come for years. So we love Totoro, and we love all the
to
Lang
get a bullet
Lake,
train from Marunouchi to Osaka.
Osaka.
Maybe spend a day in Odaiba to go to see the Gundam Unicorn. I think it's the 22-foot tall Gundam Unicorn in Odaiba, as well as many other sites that we can see along the way. I think there's the Sega Joyopolis as well, that's in Odaiba. For me, it's the video game culture. It's the number one passion of mine. Oh, that's difficult. For me, it would probably be Castlevania. There are so many that I do enjoy though. I do like Zelda, which I know Miyamoto-san was part of. Nintendo and of course many other titles that he was part of was obviously like Metroid, Super Metroid, those sort of titles. It's just a cultural phenomenon. I mean, in particular, Super Mario, for instance, the Super Mario movie is something that's very big right now. So yeah, it's just anything to do with video games. I would say Final Fantasy would definitely be one.
That's a big one out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
several RPGs mainly.
Yeah, Zelda as well is huge.
Yes, very, very. Mario, you can find him on
everything.
pretty much everything.
Yeah,
in the
Mario's
UK.
everywhere.
So he's very, very big.
Yeah. Yes,
Oh, definitely
absolutely.
super
Yeah,
fan,
super
nerdy
nerd.
fan of
Yeah,
all things
yeah.
anime. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
definitely.
I heard that terminology first in a game that Konami made, Metal Gear Solid,
Yeah,
and that was actually used within that video game. And until then, I'd never heard that term.
yeah,
And that was in the 1990s.
yeah.
And since then, all things I was like,
It's-
what is it to be an otaku? What is
Yeah,
more about
definitely.
Japanese culture? And it kind of for me, that's where that came from.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I don't know. I think, again, it's the appeal. I think, to be honest, I mean, it depends what you're into, but I'm not wanting to, play kind of Call of Duty and that kind of thing. I want to play Kirby. So, and I think it's just the appeal of the cute characters, and it's the appeal of having something like that somebody's created. It's just the imagination and the hard work that's gone into it. It's so obvious.
The best way I can put it is it's the imagination of just everybody in Japan.
Yeah.
Miyamoto-san for Nintendo, when he came up with Zelda, for instance, I know personally that from his videos, I know that he commented and said that when he was younger, he used to play hide and seek, and he would often play hide and seek in caves. And it was that very imagination that he had as a child to explore that gave him the inspiration behind making Legend of Zelda. It was, he wanted to give that same magic. Yeah, that's the best way to put it, to players. And I think that's what left its mark on people in England and perhaps even the world. It's the imagination and the creativity behind the game design, I think. At the moment, it's Castlevania, which is very popular on Netflix and is doing really well.
Yeah, I think that's pushed anime. I think
yeah.
anime is probably the most popular thing
Demon
in the
Slayer
UK at the minute.
does quite well. You've got One Piece,
Yeah.
Naruto.
I think it's the
They all
films and
do
the
very
anime,
well.
and it's the films that are going into the mainstream cinema. That's probably the most popular thing now. I think video games still are popular, but I think anime is probably taken over because of the films and movies and those kind of things that are creeping in that people are really interested in, and then suddenly think, oh yeah, that's a really good thing, and then it explodes and the popularity goes through the roof. I like Fairy Tale.
Castlevania is a one that I really like. Akira, I really like Akira.
Yeah,
Ghost in the
that's true.
Shell is
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
near dear to me. Appleseed, I like that as well.
Lots of action.
Yeah, if you could do something along the lines of, you know how, say, Harry Potter did quite well. Where
Yeah,
it was something that was-
magic, action, and then a really good plot twist.
Yeah,
And somebody that was an insider man turns out to be the bad guy, even though you think he was the good guy. And
I'm Anthony, 24, from the United States, in Korea. I'm in the Army. Anime, Pokemon. I'm interested in anime and Pokemon. I've been into Pokemon since I was like 12, so about 12 years. And then anime and stuff, it's probably been about 6 years. It was because I was able to play it with my cousins a lot. And then for anime, it's the storyline. There's a lot of really good fights and a lot of really good stories. Because anybody can do it, of all ages. Because there's professional Pokemon that ranges from very young to very old, and anybody can do it, and there's no real age difference or age barrier. Hell's Paradise, and then there's also Spy Family, Attack on Titan. I just last week started getting into One Piece. Very good. It's not as common. It's you only see them a little bit. At like work, there's groups of people who talk about it, and like 6 years ago when I started getting into it, it was very small amount of people who were into it, and then as I got more into it, I realized there were more people who were interested in it, and it kept going and growing. But like now there's a lot of people, like people who wouldn't have been interested like in the culture and other things, that were convinced to try it, and they at least gave it a try. I think not focusing so much on the main character, like in Demon Slayer, Tanjiro is the main character, but you also have all the supporting characters who are also very powerful and end up helping him. So I think that's what made that one very popular, because it's not just the main character, it's a whole bunch of characters. For the rest of the day, I'm going to check out other Pokemon centers and see if I can find a plushie that my friend had asked me to get him. Pokemon Go? I used to. I don't anymore. My phone would die too fast. Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. I just tried Japan McDonald's to see how it was different from Korean McDonald's. Just a little bit different, but like they had the teriyaki chicken sandwich and Korea doesn't, and Korea McDonald's and Japan McDonald's are still much better than American McDonald's, 100%. In America, it tastes very cheap and very nasty, and it tastes fake. Money, and they pay me to be in Korea, so it's worth it. But after I get out, I plan to either come back to Japan or Korea and try to get a job as outside of the Army. When I joined the Army, I quit working at McDonald's.
I'm Nathan. I'm Matt. I'm 25.
24.
So I'm from a state called Utah in the United States.
I'm from Texas in the U.S.
Right now, I'm really into Jujutsu Kaisen. I love Jujutsu Kaisen. I've always loved Dragon Ball, of course. What about you?
Ichiban, One Piece.
There's also Spy Family. I think the main thing is because Goku's whole character is about working hard, even though he was the weakest. You know, he was a low rate warrior. He worked hard and became the strongest warrior. And I think we like that in America because the American dream, it's all about working from the bottom, trying to get to the top. So Goku's like a good example of working hard, getting to the top. I think that's why a lot of people like it. That's why I like it, because I think Goku is really cool and very inspiring.
Honestly, I just think it's really different. American TV shows and stuff, they're all kind of one and the same, but in anime, very unique, different story. And that's just why I like it, honestly. And the animation's really
Hi, Cesar, 30. I am from Sweden. I have been here now for 4 days. Shopping Miffy and Lilla Kuma, the cool brands. Kawaii. Curator, it's the museum. Watashi no senmon ka wa Nihon desu. My speciality after work, my speciality is Japan culture. It is mostly traditional stuff, Japanism, 1800 century, but we are starting to also bring in some modern things. I want to visit the famous popular culture places, so Harajuku, Akihabara, and also the traditional places, Kamakura, Asakusa, Senjoji, the temple. I have more plans. I also want to visit vegan restaurants. Vegan restaurants are uncommon in Japan, but there are some and I want to visit them. I am a vegetarian, but I still like vegan food also. I have been watching anime before I got here, and the maid cafes are popular in anime. However, I didn't know that they serve beer, right? So I ordered beer. I was here in Akihabara and got to a maid cafe, and I ordered beer, and then the maid came over, and she was like, "Moe kanpai," and that was pretty fun. I have so many favorites, but I like Hidan no Area AA. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is very good. My favorite season of JoJo's Adventure is definitely Golden Wind. Yeah, because of the blonde haired guy, they're in Italy and they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I like it. Hanabie. Bie is a metal band with Japanese Harajuku girls. Yeah. People online call it Harajuku core. It's like a really heavy, like a girl growling. Sounds really heavy. A girl? Yeah, it's a girl growling. It's amazing. I love it. She sings like a cute voice in between. It's amazing. Hanabie. Oh yeah, they are. I saw them live in Stockholm. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yosobi is awesome with the Oshinoko song also. Yeah, the opening song, right, for the anime. Yeah, I think it's really nice. I also listen to Hololive, Ravencroft, and Omaru Polka. Yeah, there's a bunch of awesome artists out there I love listening to. Yeah, I think the advice could be lifting this subculture, because subculture is like bigger in Scandinavia than the big like popular culture. That sounds weird because popular culture and subculture often kind of cross each other, but like the big stores here in the shopping malls are not really, they're not known in Scandinavia, but the subculture has been like given attention in media more, so that's really popular over there. Subculture, Japanese subculture, is something that shows the lives of the people. Yeah, okay, subculture to me is expression, right? And Like it's not about sales, it's more about expression, 表現。自分の表現 expression. That's a good question. If I think baby metal is main or subculture. No, but baby metal, I think they're so famous that they kind of become main culture, but they are also alternative main culture, right? Like they don't play the normal songs, like pop songs, I guess. That's what I think. But there's a deep conversation, yeah.
Philip, California, 47. Just general break from everything, so just to relax. I mean, because I celebrated my birthday here, so I deflate all my stress. So I bring in positive energy back to the States, and then hope that even if nothing happens that makes me want to come back again. I think I am otaku, but these days, because of changes in Japan, I think I am more figure otaku than anime otaku. Just write and draw. I'm like write and draw. I'm self-employed. My first article when American company Beckett was doing like stuff involving Pokemon and Dragon Ball, I wrote an article about Gohan. My first article. That became popular enough. Another Beckett magazine asked me to write about Majin Buu. I wanted to write about Vegeta, but they had me write about Majin Buu. I think it's the hype. I think everything that's like, Dragon Ball, One Piece, Pokemon in the States, I was huge Dragon Quest otaku. And I went to a video game forum and people only cared about the video game, like, beating the video game and not caring about anything that was written about the video game. And it burnt me out. Caused me to go, no more video games at the end. I don't think it is much these days, but it still is. It's just the people that claim to be Dragon Ball fans, especially Dragon Ball Z in the States, way back when, were toxic for me. Toriyama was a big influence on me. The three of them, Toriyama, Yuji Horii, and Sugimoto, big influence on why I like Dragon Quest. Toriyama, art style and way of writing got to me as well. It's more about the series and the people that work on series in Japan than the States. The States, like for example, when Sword Art Online came out, like a new season came out, the Phantom Bullets and the other one came out, immediately people were saying, when are they coming out with the next season? Because they didn't bring, if they don't bring something to the States that's in Japan, they will harass and attack in any way they can. I have met very little American otaku, actual American otaku. I only know 2 people that are cosplay otaku, but when I meet otaku, it just feels, American otaku, it feels different. It's like they care about what they're doing versus just doing it because it's a fad. I don't know. I just think it's like it's kind of like going to being a Disney fan, animation fan, and going to Disneyland. You meet other Disney animation fans there, and it's like that. But when you're outside Disneyland, if you meet somebody that's like a casual fan or claims to be a big fan, they act differently. So it's kind of like being at like a Disney park and being a Disney fan when it comes to Japan. I'm planning to go outside of Tokyo, maybe Osaka, and there's some other areas in that I want to visit. But also because of the Tokyo Game Show, I'm planning to visit Chiba. When it comes to visiting, don't do the tourist thing. Just go with the flow. Find what you like. Visit it as if you're living here. It's like less ooh ah, taking pictures, and more I feel like I know why I like this. That's why I came here. And I used to visit here. I used to visit walk all the way to Akihabara. When I was living in Ikebukuro, two different places, I would walk from that apartment to Nakano Broadway. Not a long, it doesn't feel long, but but it's fun because you get to see stores, you get to see schools, you get to see people like doing things naturally. You're not like taking pictures of everything, and you're just just relaxed. And once like you get to your destination,